Assalamu alaikum and hello everyone. Well, I say Assalamu alaikum because most of us are Muslims, and I say hello as well because if someone is a non-Muslim, I welcome them as well. So far, we have been joined by Malik Suhail, SM Sheikh, Hina Sadaf, and Muhammad Hanif as well. Very strange. I am teaching here online, and I have joined as well this class. Isn't it strange? Hina Sadaf, wa alaikum assalam. Well, I greet you as well with peace. Today, we'll discuss a topic that is very important, very precious. The topic is, well, the topic is books and reading. Today, the topic is books and reading. Well, can anyone tell what's the benefit of reading books? You can write down in the comment section what is the benefit of reading books. Or let me put it in another way. Have you ever benefited from studying, from reading books, ever in your life? Yes. If you have ever benefited from reading books, you can explain it. Okay. Well, if you ask me, as far as I am concerned, I would say I have translated more than half a dozen books from Urdu into English. Probably six, seven, or eight books I have translated from Urdu into English. Okay, and I should say that I think I have earned close to 1 million rupees as well by translating books from Urdu into English. Okay, so Hina Sadaf says that too much benefit of reading books. She means that if we read books, we of course we benefit from reading books, of course. They give me very clear answer many problems of my life. Noreen Han says, well, let me put her comment in other ways. In other words, I mean, let me explain it. Noreen Han says, uh, well, books answer to many problems of her life. If there are problems, of course, books resolve our problems, of course. Good evening, Fuad Bashir, and Gohar as well. Good evening. I hope my voice is clear. All right. We are going to discuss books. Before I, discuss today's question, let me narrate a story before you. Very interesting story and very short story. Where if you don't understand, please write down in the comment section, sir, I haven't understood. If you write down, you may write, sir, I have got the point. I have understood the point you want to stress. Well, the story. Let me begin the story. One day I was reading a newspaper. Its writer, I mean the journalist said that one of his friends asked him, you have become a journalist and you have read, how many books have you read? And the journalist said that he has read hundreds of books. And the man asked the journalist that the most important book on the face of the earth, that is God's book, that is the Holy Quran. And then that man asked the journalist, have you ever read the Holy Quran in Arabic as well as its Urdu translation as well? And the journalist said, no. And he then felt ashamed as well. The journalist himself wrote down in his column. He said that he felt ashamed. And later on, he made up his mind that he would read the translation of the Holy Quran in English. And then, when he was writing down the column, at that time, he said that he had read the whole of the Holy Quran in English as well, in Urdu as well as in Arabic. So this is the importance of uh, this is the importance of reading. And I have told you the story of the Holy Quran, why we should read it. Noreen Han says, uh, She has commented about Qasam Ali Shah as well. MashaAllah. May Allah bless him. He's a great writer and, well, and uh, motivational speaker of our age as well. Well, there is something common between Qasam Ali Shah and Muhammad Hanif. Well, you might be thinking, oh, Qasim Ali Shah is known all over the world, and Hanif, you are not known by anyone here in the world. Okay, I understand that a few dozen people know me, but anyhow, there is one similarity between Qasim Ali Shah and Muhammad Hanif. I'm not comparing. Well, the basic thing is, Qasim Ali Shah was born in Gujarat, and I was born in his city. All right. And if I travel from my home to his home, I think it will take me about, I think, 15 minutes to reach his home in Gujarat. So this is, something common between Hanif and Qasim Ali Shah. Well, all right. Today we are going to discuss the topic books, reading, scholarship. Well, these are the ideas we are going to discuss. Books and reading. We are going to discuss today. All right. Well, when I ask you questions, you can do two things. Number one, you can shout your answer, you can speak aloud, and you can answer me your question. Number one. And number two, you can write down your answer in the comment section. And very, very important thing, when you write down the answer, I will give you two instructions here in this connection. Instruction number one, write full and complete sentences. Don't write just yes, no. Don't write just, uh, well, for example, if I say you question number five, uh, what do you do a lot of reading? Don't say yes. Just say, instead of writing just yes, write down a complete sentence to explain your answer, number one. And number two, try to use a bit technical language as well, if and when possible for you. I mean, try to use a bit of complex language and try to build complex sentences as well. It will benefit you in the long run. Okay. Now I am going to discuss, books and reading. My first question: where do you read books? First question: where do you read books? Well, if you ask me, well, I read books at home or sometimes in the office as well, and sometimes I go to a mosque as well, and there as well I may read books. Where do you read books? One. Two. Uh, Mostly I read books in the evening. Number two. When do you read books? When do you read books? In the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening? When do you read books? Well, Ikra Fahim says that in home, at school, and while studying with my teacher. So she studies in these at these different places. I read books in library. In the library, someone said. I have lost where that comment is. Yes, Baloch says. Baloch says I read books at home. In library. Well, instead of in library, in the library, add please the. Okay? In the library. Fawad Bashir said, I read books at home. Well, please write I capital. Capitalize I, and at the end of the sentence, add a full stop as well. Well, in this way, this session of ours, it will be a correction session as well. I mean, I'll give you correction as well. When you write an incorrect sentence, I will correct your sentences as well. In this way, you can improve your English a lot. You will get, twofold benefit. Question 3: when did you learn to read? When did you learn to read? I mean, were you when you were able to read at that time? Were you 10, 9, 8, 7? How old were you? When did you learn to read? When did you learn to read? I mean, what was your age when you started learning, when you started reading? No specific time, sir. Gohar 666 says. No specific time. Better to write in capital, no. Specific time. After time, use a comma, and then after, sir, use a full stop. And specific, please, its spelling is Specific. Specific. No specific time. Gohar 666 wrote. Urdu cartoon writes at the age of 6. At the age of 6. A capital. Age. I'm not pronouncing the word as age. Normally speaking, we say age, but I pronounce the word as age. Age. This is the correct pronunciation. Bilal Siddiqui says, I learned to read when I was at school. Well, I think if I correct every single word, it will take ages. So I have given you clue. I am not reading the sentence as you have written. I am reading the correct sentence. In class, in the 10th class, Aisha Aman says, okay, let's move to the next question. Let's move to the next question. What was your favorite book while growing up? What was your favorite book while growing up? Well, if you ask me, my favorite books were Tarzan books and Umru Ayar. And when I grew up, I came to know the word is not Umru, the word is Amr. The word is Amr. إن نحن نقول عمر عيار هذا خطأ. عمر هذا صحيح. What was your favorite book while growing up? Calculus. Calculus. Okay. Fuad Bashir says, I read the newspaper at, when I was in class 6. Pire Kamil. Urdu Kharun says, Pire Kamil. Wow. I think I should clap for you. What was your favorite book while growing up? When you were growing up, at that time, you could read Pire Kamil. This is excellent. Qasasul Anbiya is my favorite book. Noreen Khan says, okay, this is fine. Well, Noreen, if you write Favourt, if you add here U, then it will be a British, spelling. God says at the age of 10, he could write, he could read. And Muhammad Jasim says, my favorite book was Makhazin Akhlaq. Makhazin is the plural of Makhzan. Okay. Next, please. Next question. 5. Do you do a lot of reading? Do you do a lot of reading? Do a lot of reading. This is an expression, a beautiful phrase. Do you do a lot of reading? Do you do a lot of reading? Well, I think until 10 years ago, I read a lot of books. I used to read a lot of books, novels, English novels, in order to improve my English. But nowadays, I must admit, I must confess, I'm not in the habit of reading so many books. I think I should read. Fuad Bashir says, I like to read English literature. Okay, SM Sheikh has commented, I read whatever I get my hands on. An excellent, what I read whatever I get my hands on. An excellent sentence structure. Rafan says, I read Islamic storybooks. Excellent, all right. 6. Have you ever met a writer? Have you ever met a writer? Have you ever met a writer? Please pay attention to my pronunciation as well. I'm not pronouncing it. Have you ever met a writer? I'm not pronouncing it in this way. So please, if your pronunciation is better than mine, please send me your audio messages. Contact me. I would learn. I would love to learn with you. But if your pronunciation isn't better than my pronunciation, then please try to copy my pronunciation. Have you ever met a writer? I should say I have met a few writers. Rather, I should say dozens of writers. I think I have met. Baloch says, no, I haven't read. Sana, I haven't met a writer. Okay, if you haven't met a writer, at least you can see a writer. No, no, I am not a writer. I am just a translator. I am not a writer. I have translated, 8 books or 10 books. I'm not a writer, just a translator. So, if you haven't if you haven't met a writer, you haven't met anyone. Okay, Malik Suhail says, yes, my teacher is also a writer. Malik Suhail, can you write the name of your teacher as well? Fawad Bashir has met a writer, Professor Mumtaz, who has, worked on current books. All right, let's move to the next question. Have you read a book by Ghazali? Have you read a book by Ghazali? Ghazali was a famous Muslim writer, a mystic, a prominent, uh, a prominent and influential Muslim philosopher, a Muslim jurist, a Muslim scholar, one of the greatest Muslim scholars throughout Islamic history. He was Ghazali. He has written. Can any one of you write down the name of the books Imam Ghazali has written? One book is very very famous. It's your test as well. Okay, Fuad Bashir asked me the books I have translated into English. Okay, I have translated number one, The Journey of Revolution. Number two, Oh Brother. Well, this time I can remember the titles of just these two books exactly in English. Maybe tomorrow I may share the titles of further books as well. I think the book of Imam Ghazali is very, very famous. Its title is in English is in Arabic. Its title is Ihya ul Ulum. Ihya ul Ulum, the revival of religious sciences. The revival of religious sciences. Well, actually, I wanted you to pay attention to the phrase by Ghazali. You can instead of by Ghazali, I can ask you a question. Have you read a book by Iqbal? And you will say, hey, Hanif, no, we haven't read a book by Iqbal. We have read poems by Iqbal. Poems by Iqbal. Next question 8. Why do people read books? Why do people read books? Yes. Luckily, Mr. Jasim, Muhammad Jasim has read a very little about it, Ghazali. At least he has read a little. Okay, that's fine. And Shahid Nureen has read The Alchemy of Happiness as well, which is in Urdu, which is said Kimya Saadat. Yes, Muhammad Sadiq has said Ihya Ulum. Yes, he has read it. Nice. And and Huda says your Arabic accent is really dash dash dash. I wouldn't like to say. You can read if anyone wants to read. There is a reason I haven't completed this sentence. Okay. 8. Why do people read books? Okay. Can anyone tell why do people read books? I think are books make one happy. Noreen Han says books make one happy. Books delight one. Okay. And Sana says people read books to gain knowledge or to pass their time. I think people study books to pass their exams, right? People study books in order to pass their exams. Because aesthetic player, yes, Udo cartoon, I agree with you. Yes, we have got 12 likes. Thank you very much for all the likes you have given. And I hope that after my this comment and after because I have drawn your attention to it, if you like, please like it as well. Please hit the like button as well so that we may have more likes as well and people may think okay Hanif is not such a bad teacher, that's why some students are giving him likes as well. All right. Nine. Do you hate any book? Do you hate any book? Yes. One answer is yes. I hate. I hate all the books that are on my syllabus. I hate all the books that are on my syllabus. Okay. Yes. If you don't believe me, go to any school and ask student honestly, do you love your books? Many students will say, no, no, we really hate books. We don't like any book, right? And student will say, yes, we love mobile phones, but we hate all types of books. Books should be burnt. All right, all books. Tanya says, I like all the books. Okay, all right. And Gore says, I hate maths. All right. I don't read books because of my small children, says Afia Khan. Okay. I think sometimes children go to bed, go sleep as well. Then we can spare a little time as well. Okay. And Rafi says, I like all of them. Okay. Nice. And next question is, why do libraries have books of every kind? Books of every kind, a very, very beautiful expression. You should memorize it. Why do libraries have books of every kind? Aisha Anam has said that books are our guides. That's why she doesn't hate them. She is in love with books. She is in love with books. Nice. Muhammad Sadiq says, no, I don't hate books because I'm a teacher myself. Next, why do libraries have books of every kind? Yes. Well, one reason why libraries have books of every kind is because there are all types of students at a college, university, at colleges and universities. Of course, some students would study computer science, history, not history, history. In a drama, I think Momo says history probably. I'm not a big fan of Momo, and okay, I'm not a big fan of what's the name of drama? I forgotten. Does anyone know the name of the drama? Is it Momo's drama? Bulbule. Okay, Bubbles. All right. Probably in that drama or in some other drama, someone says history. So there are books on history, not history, and computer and history and geography and politics and religion. All right. Okay, that's why. Next, what is your favorite story? What's your favorite story? What is, instead of is, you can also say, what's your favorite story? What's your favorite story? Yes. Can anyone tell what's your favorite story? Yes. Some student will say button button. They understand me why I am saying button button. Button button. Who knows what is button button? Dastane Mujahid. SM Sheikh. Yes. Right. Doraemon. Doraemon is the favorite story of the student Hina Sadaf. Don't tell anyone that you like Doraemon because someone may say you that you are a teenager because mostly teenagers or even 10-year-old boys and girls they love to watch Doraemon, not grown-up people. Okay, don't tell your members of family that you are a big fan of Doraemon. Okay, who is your favorite author? Hijrate Nabawi. It is the story of someone. And Harunur Rashid, my favorite story of ever. Nureen Khan says. Okay. Sherlock Holmes. Well, I must say, I have read something of Sherlock Holmes as well. Very, very nice. 50 Shades. I'm not sure whether it's a story or not. Anyhow, it's been written here. Okay. Who is your favorite author? Who is your favorite writer? Next question. Who is your favorite author? Who is your favorite writer? Yes. uh, for interaction. Okay. After this, let me make an announcement. Then, if at 15 minutes to 8 minutes, it will be free discussion. Okay. Who is your favorite author? Allama Iqbal, Stanley Allama Iqbal, Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam. I'm not sure whether he was a writer. The Road to Makkah by Muhammad Asad. I have read it, gone through it so thoroughly. Umaira Ahmad. He is a writer, of course. What do your friends and relatives like to read? What do your friends and relatives like to read? Allama Iqbal. Okay. Nimra Ahmad. Mintu, yes. Sadat Hassan Mantu, probably his name is. Ahmad Nadim Kazmi. Kazmi or Kasmi? It must be Kasmi, I think. Next, 14. Are you busy writing a book on history? Are you busy writing a book on history? A book on history. This is a very, very nice expression. A book on history. You can say that I am going to the market to buy a book on history, to buy a book on geography. Are you busy writing a book on history? I think 99% will be 99% people will say no. I'm not writing a book on history. 15. What is the longest book you have ever read? What is the longest book you have ever read? Muhammad Sadiq says my relatives read magazines. Okay. My favorite story is Honesty is the Best Policy by Fuad Official. Fuad has got an official channel. Channel? Is it correct word? Channel. Okay. HBN also has got an official channel. Microbiology. Well, the student who don't study science, it must be boring for them. What is the shortest book you have ever read? The shortest book. Yes. Some will say Yasarn al Quran. You know Yasr al Quran, what we say? Yasarn al Quran. What is, well, of course, Tarzan books, Umru Yar books. They are very, very short books. Uh, Short stories are my favorite, thing. Fuad Bashir has read Paradise Lost, Zavia, and Huda has written. And how long? Question number 17. How long does it take you to read a book? How long does it take you to read a book? I think it depends on the length of the book. If the book is short, you can finish it in 10 minutes, like Umru Yar, and if not 10 minutes, then 20 minutes. If the book is, lengthy, like Lord of the Rings, I think I finished it in, I think, in some months. Okay. Who moved my cheese? This is the comment of Mr. Vikas Ansar. Probably it must be an English book. I think I will at least read, its summary. And he says, Vikas Ansar, it depends on the book and my available time. Okay, fine. 18. What is the funniest book you have ever read? What is the funniest book you have ever read? What is the funniest book you have ever read? If I think about myself, the funniest book I have read, let me think. I am thinking, what is the funniest book I have ever read? Okay, but in the meanwhile, you can tell. Rehan says, I have read no funny book. Okay, I'm just thinking. Tahir se Qaide Inqilab. Aisha Mushtaq has read it. Excellent, Aisha Mushtaq. Latife. Vikas Ansar says Latife, I have read. Okay, of course, books on jokes, of course, they entertain one. Book by Altaf Hussain, Bilal Siddiq says. Is Altaf Hussain really a writer? I really doubt he can write books or he has written books. And I am sure, I don't mean any insult to Altaf Hussain, but just I am expressing my doubt that he has written anything which can be called, a book. How can I speak English, Efihan? Well, I am asking you question and you can answer question, verbally. In this way, you can improve English. This is one method. Now, dear listeners and dear respected video viewers, well, after a couple of minutes or so, it will be your time to ask questions and discuss. Previously, I just discussed questions. Now, after a couple of minutes or so, the then you'll be able to join. You can give comments of any sorts. You can ask questions. You can discuss anything. You can participate in any way you like to. Okay, but please try to speak just for up to 100 seconds. I mean less than 2 minutes, so that we may have 4 or 5 speakers. Okay, are you getting ready? Okay. After 2 minutes, I'll take your first call. The first caller will be entertained after 2 minutes. And before I take the call, one very very important announcement. Very very important announcement. And don't tell me afterward that Hanif, I didn't know you made this announcement. The first thing is, at the end of the course, the students who take part in the class will be awarded a certificate as well, and you will be awarded the certificate of taking part in the course on the basis of just one thing. Okay, just one basis. The thing is, you are supposed to record your own video on a daily basis and share it to the HBN official Facebook group on a daily basis. Make a video and share it to the official page of to the official group of the HBN official, and then share it to your own Facebook page as well. Anyone who can fulfill this assignment will be awarded a certificate at the end of the course. Okay, if you have even if you have missed 2 assignments and you were unable to make any assignment, so tomorrow you can record 2 or 3 and you can share them to the HBN official group, and then share the same assignment to your own page as well. I hope that the instruction is clear to you. And if you have got this certificate, of course, sometime in life it may benefit you when you go and join a company, when you want to get a job, and when the boss or your employer looks at your certificates and comes to know that you have done a spoken English course as well, so it may benefit you as well someday in life. Okay, so please record your videos and share it to the HBN official group as well. Every one of you, I urge you, and don't worry about mistakes. If you make mistakes, uh, don't worry, don't be concerned about it, because I think everyone makes mistakes, including Muhammad Hanif as well. Everyone makes mistakes, including Muhammad Hanif as well. I think many of you may be even better speaker than me as well. Okay, now I am ready to take the calls. Now you may call, you may give any type of suggestion, uh, you may give comments, you may give suggestion, you may discuss anything you want to, but it should be, of course, in an appropriate manner, observing distance.
जी, अगर आप लोग अच्छा जी, अगर आप लोग आना चाहते हैं लाइव कॉल के साथ तो लिंक कमेंट में पिन हुआ हुआ है। तो आप लोग उस पर क्लिक करके स्ट्रीम यार्ड ज्वाइन कर लें। ज्वाइन करने के बाद आप लोग मेक श्योर कीजिएगा कि आपका माइक जो है वो कनेक्टेड है, और माइक कनेक्टेड होने के साथ साथ आप लोगों का जो है वो कैमरा ऑफ हो या मे बी ऑन भी हो सकता है, नो इशू। सो ये दोनों कंडीशंस पूरी होनी चाहिए, देन फिर हम आपको स्ट्रीम पे लेंगे और फिर आप लोग बात कर सकेंगे सर अनीब से। जो कमेंट्स के अंदर जो लिंक पिन हुआ है उस पर जस्ट क्लिक कीजिए, वो डायरेक्ट आपको स्ट्रीम यार्ड पे ले जाएगा और स्ट्रीम यार्ड पे लेके जाने के बाद आप लोग अपना यूज़र नेम पुट करेंगे और आप लोग मीटिंग ज्वाइन कर लेंगे। मैं फिर आपको स्ट्रीम में ऐड कर दूंगा। ओके, वी आर वेटिंग फॉर यू। आप लोग जल्दी से जो लोग बात करना चाहते हैं आप लोग स्ट्रीम में आ जाएं। थैंक यू।
Okay, before your comment, just give me a few seconds. I want to appreciate all the students who have submitted their assignments. Let me pronounce their names hurriedly. One is Misha Adish or Adish, whatever the name is. Next is Maha Mozam. She has also submitted her assignment. And then next is coming Amir Sohail. She's a woman, but I think she has used the name Amir Sohail. And then Misha Adish, she has submitted two assignments. So I congratulate them. I am grateful to them and I appreciate them as well. And this is a very, very good way of building your confidence. So now you can ask any question, you can give any suggestion, any comment, whatever you want.
अभी तक हमारे साथ कोई नहीं है यहाँ स्ट्रीम पर, सो इफ़ यू पीपल वांट टू talk to Sir Hanif, you may. Okay, someone is with us. Shafa. Oh, sorry. So no one is with us on the stream. Muhammad Waqas answer. Yeah, please. I'm adding Muhammad Waqas onto the stream. Yes,
Okay.
Sir Waqas, you are on the stream, and you may talk to Sir Hanif.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Hope you all are doing well. First of all, and again, I'm congratulating. I'm congratulating to all the team. So now the question is, you are the team is doing good. HBN is doing good, and we are. I'm listening to you, and we all the students of Mr. Muhammad Hanif are learning very well. Alhamdulillah. Now the main concern is if we are facing any kind of problem in any time during our conversation, then what is the solution for that? I mean, how can we take the help from Mr. Muhammad Hanif? Number one. Okay. And number two, is there any platform that we can join to elaborate, to explain our mistakes, or and all the things which we have learned, and other option that is there any place we can all the students can together and meet Mr. Muhammad Hanif or HBN team, sir?
Okay. Room? Okay. All right. Okay. Let me explain. There are two things. Mr. Waqas Ansar has asked, how can Mr. Hanif help us to improve our English? Okay. And please, after this question, remind me, Ikra Kadir. Her question is very, very important. Yeah, I want to address after this question. Well, the first thing is, Mr. Waqas Ansar has asked, how can Mr. Hanif help us improve English? Okay. Now, please listen very, very carefully how Hanif can help you improve your English. Well, Hanif can give you some suggestions how you can improve English. For example, I'll give you, I think, two or three suggestions, very, very brief suggestions. Number one, you can ramble. Ramble mean when you are either at home or on the way to office or returning from the office to your home, you can simply take out the mobile phone and record yourself speaking. I mean, record your audio messages and just describe whatever you can see on the way to your home or when you are in the bazaar or when you are waiting for someone somewhere or when you are alone. You can simply describe whatever you can see, whatever you can feel. Okay, this is number
Yes,
one.
sir.
Number two, if there are babies at home, of course, babies won't understand. If the baby is 3 years old and 2 years old baby, the baby may not understand. But you can speak English to that baby. The thing is, you need to practice. You can ask the baby, okay, do you want to drink milk? Are you in need of a feeder? Would you like to have biscuits? What would you like to take for breakfast? What would you like to take for lunch? What did you eat last night? Would you like to go out with me? You can ask baby all the questions, a lot of questions you can ask your baby or any other
Right, sir.
baby that is at home. You can it will be a one way, like one way traffic. But you need to, get practice so you can speak to babies. Number two. And number three, well, you can record your videos and share them to the HBN official group as well, right? As far as mistakes are concerned, well, if you specifically mention that after uploading your video, if you can mention that Mr. Hanif, please correct my mistakes as well, then of course I may point out a couple of mistakes, two or three mistakes, because sometimes if there are many, I may not point out all of them. And last point, if you want to become a successful speaker of English, forget totally about mistakes that you are making. Totally forget about mistakes that you are making or you may make. Just keep speaking English. After 1 month, after a few weeks, after 1 month, when you will become, a confident speaker, then you can think of, getting rid of your mistakes. Okay. And about today's assignment, yes, I have remembered. Well, today your assignment is just you can give your own comment about reading books. Ikra Kadir has asked, what is today's assignment? So your assignment is, what is the benefit of reading books, or what are the benefits of reading books? So just focus on the benefits of reading books. Okay, all right. So I hope that this the issue of assignment has been cleared up. Okay, Mr. Vikas Ansar said that his question represents all the others or many other, people who are attending the class. Okay, more questions. Yes, Kadir has asked, how can I improve my English? It's very, very weak. Well, again, the same answer which I have given to Mr. Vikas. Just speak English to yourself, to babies, to anyone in the world. Yes, next.
Yes, we have a speaker with us, Shafqat Gohar 666. Please, you are on the stage. Talk to Sir Hanif now. Shafqat Gohar, you are on the stage.
Yes, welcome, Mr. Shafkat.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, my English is very, very, very weak.
Okay. Where are you from?
I'm from Gilgit-Baltistan.
Why do you want to study English?
What do you want to study in English?
Yes. Why do you want to
Sir,
study English?
sir,
To have a better future? To have a better
better
job?
future. Yes, sir.
Yes.
And better, uh,
Okay.
better
What time?
conversation.
Okay. What time do you go to bed?
Yes, sir.
What time do you go to bed?
What
I
time do
mean,
you
what
go
time
to?
do you sleep? What time do you sleep?
Very good, very good.
What time do you sleep? Do you sleep at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock? What time do you sleep at night?
Sir, no time,
No fixed time.
no fixed sir.
Well, respected fellows, if you want to improve English, keep one very, very important point in your mind. Don't tell other people that my English is bad. Don't
Okay,
tell other people I'm not good at English. Okay? Got the
okay,
point?
sir.
Well,
Yes,
if
sir.
I tell you I am Muhammad Hanif, if I tell all of you online, okay, I am trying to speak English and I am trying to teach English to you. I am trying to teach English to you, but my English is bad. Okay, please don't mind if I make mistakes. If I start teaching, by giving this comment, I think a lot of students will say, okay, we shouldn't, I think, attend the class of this teacher because he himself makes mistakes. So even if your English isn't perfect, you think you make mistakes. Don't tell other people that I make mistakes. My English is not good. I am not good at English. Just practice English and just speak English. Speak English to yourself, and you can record your own video messages and you can share them to HBN official as well. Okay, and because our time is up now, last point, someone asked how to practice. For this purpose, we are going to create, well, by tomorrow, I hope we will try, the HBN official team will try to create a room on Facebook for practicing English. All right? Got the point? Well, another very, very important thing. Today, I would suggest you, if you want to, practice with someone, I have another suggestion as well. Visit the HBN official, group, and there write down 2 or 3 sentences about yourself. Write 2 or 3 sentences about yourself. Tell your name. For example, my name is Khalid. I am 21 years old. I am studying, I am a student of science, and I want to practice English with someone. I will be available on a daily basis from 7 to 7:30, or you can say I will be available from 9 to 9:30. I will practice 7 days a week, or 5 days a week, or 3 days a week. Write down this type of comment on the HPN official group. Okay? And anyone who wants to practice English with you should also give the comment in the comment section and should say, okay, I am available. Then you can exchange your WhatsApp and phone numbers, and then you can speak English to each other. This facility is available for males and for females as well, for the sons and for the daughters, for brothers and for sisters. For everyone, this facility is available. And this is a very, very excellent, opportunity for you. Okay? And I think for this purpose, we should celebrate, and you should also celebrate. So after this class, anyone who loves to practice with others, I would repeat the announcement. Please visit the HBN official page and write down there your interests, your hobbies, your likes and dislikes, what you are studying, and the time you'll be available for chat on a daily basis. And then in this way, and then you can exchange your phone numbers as well. And in this way, you can practice English on a daily basis, and your English will improve tremendously. Okay, this is the question which was asked by Mr. Wakas as well, and this is the problem of many students, and you can solve your problem very, very soon by having like-minded fellows and friends for conversing, for conversating. By the way, conversating is an informal word, a word of non-standard English, but it's used as well. All right. So I would like to end this and wrap up today's discussion. Now, the mic, I am handing it over to Mr. Nabil Shahzad. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, now we have 2 members. Where is Waji? Waji, leave the room. Okay, so SM Sheikh is SM Sheikh.
Assalamualaikum. I wanted to share one thing. If you want to
Yes,
learn
please.
any language, you have to listen to it first.
Yes.
Remember, the people who are dumb means they cannot hear, they cannot speak. If you
Yes.
don't hear, you won't be able to speak English.
Yes.
And number 2, you have to speak. Use a mirror to speak to yourself, or like all the bathroom singers, you can talk inside the bathroom to yourself. But the first thing is that you have to listen to English speakers. Then you can learn English fast.
Okay, thank you, SM Sheikh. Thank you so much for giving your suggestions to all the
Welcome.
English.
SM Sheikh, your suggestion is valuable. I am in agreement.
Okay, so I think we should conclude the meeting. Okay, thank you so much, all of you, for joining us, and keep learning and keep growing. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.